folks, who's ready for a little bit of hamstring work here? So, Physio ball, okay? They come in various sizes. This happens to be a 65 centimeter ball, okay? Also, the size depends on how full of air they are or not. One thing important to note, the bigger the ball, the easier it is to stabilize. Probably the best place to start in a progression, if you're not schooled in working with a ball, is with a bigger ball. Simply because the bigger the ball, the more surface area is in contact with the ground and lets you be a little bit more stable. If we start rocking a small ball like so, we have much less surface area in contact with the ground, creating a much more unstable platform, requiring you and your core to do much more work. So, if you're super strong and an athlete and you're versed with using a ball, great, use a smaller ball. If not, use a bigger ball. You notice that I am going to use a little bit of a bigger ball today for a number of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, I am tired. My body is tired today, okay? So, first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna start on the ground, on our back, no napping, all right? And we're gonna center the ball here, okay? I'm gonna have my hands at my side. The ball is centered. If the ball is not centered, or if you're off to the side here, you're gonna have a bitch of a time with this exercise. So, from this position, flat on my back, and when I say flat on my back, what I mean is my lower lumbar spine, this area right here, there is not a space between there and the ground. It means my core is engaged. I have my core hunkered down. Some people think about drawing their belly button into their spine. I am more about just thinking about eliminating that space there by pushing the small of my back into the ground, engaging my core muscles. Like I had said in one of the other videos, the same position I would be in where I was going to get punched in the stomach or hit by something in the midsection, okay? It's a protective mechanism. So, from this position, I have my core fully engaged. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slowly roll my spine up off the ground, and I'm going to pick myself up. And I'm going to keep picking myself up until my hips are not in a V, okay? In other words, I have a pretty flat line from my chest all the way up through my knees and my feet. I'm not sagging at the hips like so, because not until I'm in this position are my glutes engaged. Now you can check yourself here. Once you're up and in this position, I can see, yeah, you know what? My glutes engaged, I know, because it's tight. It's not a bunch of flab right there right now, okay? Not that I have much of an ass to start with. But, so once I'm in this position, my weight is not on my hands and I'm not stabilizing myself here, although if you're not super strong to the core, then feel free to use your hands just a little bit. We just don't want to rely on them, okay? So from this position, I'm going to roll the ball in, quite simply like so. Keeping my hips up towards the ceiling, like somebody has a rope and is pulling me around my waist and is pulling my hips up towards the ceiling. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to tuck those knees right in towards my butt. Okay? Now, if my core is not engaged, if I let go of my engagement, my legs are going to start going from right to left, and I'm probably going to lose the ball. Okay? So it's a super simple looking exercise. Here I am, what, 5-6 reps in, and I can already feel my hamstrings talking to me saying, good morning, we have a little bit of a burn going on here through my hamstrings and my butt. Perfect. That's exactly what we want, okay? I want you to go ahead and maintain this position for the prescribed number of reps, okay, in your workout session. Okay, it might be 6, it might be 8, it might be 10, it might be 12, it might be 15 or 21. Follow your prescription, okay, depending on where you're at in the program. From here to come out of this position, we're slowly going to unhinge. We're going to hinge those hips. I'm going to roll my spine back into the ground into a nice neutral position. The small of my back is still tucked into the ground here. I do not have that space in my lower lumbar spine, okay, and from here I am relaxing. And notice I still have my feet on the ball. That's because it's giving my hamstrings a little bit of a stretch that they're really going to appreciate after doing this. This will torch your hamstrings pretty aggressively, okay? It will also get them nice and stable. You will get you nice and stable through the core and get those hamstrings nice and strong relatively quickly even though you are going to, like I said, be a little sore the next day or maybe even tonight, okay? So that's progression 1. Progression 2, the next phase on your plan, okay? Which is probably we're not gonna get you till week 3 or week 4. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop ourselves up in this position again, okay? And from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and we're gonna dial this in. Now I'm gonna go back and replace my feet on the ball, simply because I blew it. And here I have my feet on the ball. Now I'm gonna lift one leg. There we go, up in the air, and I'm holding. And now I'm gonna go ahead and replace. And now I'm gonna lift the other leg. All right, holding that ball solid, holding my core in. I can feel that hamstring burn. Now I'm gonna unroll the ball and come back down, okay? Then I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna roll the ball again. I'm gonna go 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go 2, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna come down and unroll and roll my spine back onto the ground, okay? That's 2 reps of that exercise I just did. So 1 rep includes the right and the left side, okay? Progression 3 of this skill is quite a bit more challenging, okay? I have to realign myself on the ball, and for the purpose of this demo right here, I am going to have my right leg on the ball. I'm going to take my left leg up off the ball. I'm going to go ahead and bring my hips up, and I'm going to roll it in with one leg, and I'm going to let go. And I'm going to roll it in again, okay? So we're going to continue with this for the prescribed number of reps. Then I'm going to go ahead and unroll, and I'm going to center the ball into my other leg, and I'm going to bring my right leg up now, and I'm going to work the left side. Okay? So it's not too terribly bad, just a little more balance, a little more core engagement. And again, the hamstrings are going to get torced, they're going to get lit up, okay? But that's probably a week 4 or 5 progression, depending on how apt you are and what you tell me about how the skill is going up till that point in time. Okay? So that's our hamstring curls with the physio ball. And stay tuned for the next video.